Hey, Mike, thanks for writing. Your question, is there a way to place a lighting fixture, say a SkyPanel S60, on a lighting stand? And if so, can it then be reflected as such in 3D? Asking for a friend. Solving this for your friend, Mike. As you see here on the screen, we have placed a SkyPanel S60 on top of a light stand, and we're going to go through the quick steps. So what I'm going to do is start a new document, open the resource manager, and search for light stands. There's a whole variety of options of Manfrotto lights. I happen to like this one that has casters on it. Select that one and make active. Close the resource manager and place it in my drawing area there on the design layer. We can look at that in 3D. So as part of the symbol, we do have a 3D light stand represented. If you want this light stand to get higher, then you just get the little hand cursor and crank this little, no, just kidding. That's a joke. Wouldn't that be cool if we had real physics in there, but we don't. What I did was manipulate the 3D representation of this and just change each section by looking at its elevation. And then we can move these. Let's say the light stand doesn't actually need to be this high. I can hold shift and click and drag that post to be a little bit shorter. So next we want to place the SkyPanel on this light stand. So I can exit the symbol. I don't want to be in the symbol at this moment. We're going to look in top plan one more time. What I want to do is go back to the resource manager, and now I'm looking for the SkyPanel. So SkyPanel, and there we go. We get the S60. I'm going to go ahead and select that one, close the resource manager, and we're going to attempt to place that SkyPanel right on top of that light stand. So I'm going to click once for the insertion point, click again for the rotation, but I just double clicked to go ahead and place it. And if we look in 3D, we'll see that the SkyPanel is, well, not really where it needs to be. Unfortunately, the 0 is where that hanging position is, and that happens to be at the 0 underneath your caster. We can move this SkyPanel up to match that point, but I think the hanging position actually needs to be rotated around so that we can place it on top of the stand. So what we do is, with the SkyPanel selected, we want to go to the X rotation. So if you modify the X rotation by 180 degrees, then now the hanging position on the bottom of the instrument. Now we can align that position with the top of the light stand. So I'm going to look in an elevation view, and we can select that fixture, get it nice and tight there, click, zoom out a little bit with the middle scroll wheel, and I'm just going to hold shift until we snap to the point at the top center of the light stand. Click. So looking at that in an ISO, we see that we've got the SkyPanel sitting on top of the light stand now. And one more thing that we would want to do is, likely, you could have the SkyPanel pointing directly up for some bounce light, if that's correct for the shot. But what we want to do is apply a tilt angle to this fixture to perhaps shine down on the floor a little bit better. So where do you find tilt? It's in the object info palette, but it's not appear convenient with all of the other rotations. It's actually quite far down at the bottom of the list, so very large object info palette for this lighting device. But we're going to scroll up just a little bit, and we'll see the tilt angle is here with focus, pan, tilt, and throw distance. So that tilt, assign what you want, but if it's beyond 90 degrees, that means it's going to point down. So if we type in 90 and tab here, we see that it's pointing horizontally. So anything more than 90 is going to be pointing downward. There we go. It's pointing downward. We now have a SkyPanel sitting on top of a light stand, and we can see that in 3D. I hope that helps. I'm looking forward to hearing more about how this project comes together for you.